Nobody is thinking about you as much as you think they are. That embarrassing thing you said, that awkward moment, that mistake you still think about at night, most people forgot it almost immediately. And strangely, that is not a bad thing. It's actually one of the most freeing things you can realize. Because a lot of stress in life comes from feeling watched, judged, observed. Like people are constantly paying attention to what you're doing. But most people are too busy thinking about themselves to spend that much time thinking about you. You know that feeling after saying something awkward in a conversation? You leave the room and suddenly your brain replays the moment over and over. You think, why did I say that? That sounded stupid. They probably think I'm weird now. And sometimes you carry that feeling for hours, sometimes days. Some people carry moments like that for years. But here's the strange part. The other person probably went home and started thinking about their own awkward moment, their own problems, their own insecurities. Because that's what people do. Most people are not studying your life. They're busy living inside their own head. A lot of people live with this invisible pressure all the time. Pressure to look right and sound smart and act correctly and never embarrass themselves and always seem confident. And after a while, you stop acting naturally. You start managing yourself constantly, almost like you're performing. And honestly, social media made this feeling even much stronger. Because now it feels like everybody is watching everybody. People keep posting their thoughts, their photos, their opinions and lives. And slowly people become more self-conscious, more careful, more afraid of being judged. But people move on incredibly fast. Think about how many people you've seen embarrass themselves online. Now think about how many you still remember. Very few, yeah. Because attention just disappears quickly. People keep scrolling. People forget. and they continue with their day. There's actually something called the spotlight effect. It's when people believe others are paying much more attention to them than they really are. And almost everybody experiences it. You walk into a room and think everybody notices you, yeah? You make a small mistake and you think everybody remembers it. But most people, they barely notice half of the things you worry about. Your brain does this because you experience your own life from the center. Everything you do feels important because you are always present in your own thoughts, right? But for everyone else, you are only a small part of their day. Just like they are only a small part of yours. Think about how little time you spend judging random people. You might notice something for a few seconds, let's say. Then your mind moves on. You start thinking about work, possibly food, stress, your future, your own problems. And that's exactly what other people are doing too. A lot of people avoid things and doing things because of potential embarrassment. So they avoid posting online, speaking up, trying something new, meeting new people, starting projects. Not because they can't do it, but because they're afraid of how other people might see them. But most people are not paying that much attention. And honestly, a lot of life gets missed because of this fear. People stay quiet when they want to speak. They hide parts of themselves. They overthink tiny mistakes. They spend years worrying about opinions that were temporary. Most people are too busy worrying about themselves and trying to survive. They're handling their own stress. They're dealing with their own insecurities. Even confident people feel insecure sometimes. Even calm people overthink things. Even very successful people feel embarrassed. Everybody is inside their own mind more than you realize. And once you truly understand this, something becomes lighter. You stop feeling that you need to perform all the time. You stop over-managing every little thing. You become more natural, a bit more relaxed, more yourself. You don't need to always say the perfect thing. You don't need to look perfect all the time. You don't need to avoid every awkward moment, because awkward moments, they're part of being a human. Everybody has awkward moments. Even the people who seem very confident. And the truth is, people forget things much faster than you think. That thing you replay in your head at night might already be gone from everybody else's memory. But your brain keeps replaying it because it felt emotionally important to you, not because it was important to everyone else. And honestly, this realization can change the way you live. Because once you stop feeling constantly watched, you become less afraid to live normally, less afraid to try, and less afraid to fail, and less afraid to simply be yourself. Nobody is thinking about you as much as you think they are. And that's actually a good thing, because it means you don't have to carry so much pressure all the time. You can relax a little. You can stop replaying every mistake. You can stop trying to control how every person sees you. Most people are too busy fighting their own thoughts to spend that much time focused on you. And maybe that's more freeing than you realize.